Good morning, beautiful carping loonies. That's what I am right now. Got to be absolutely mad to do things like this. It's 5 to 3 in the morning, 28th of December. Yeah, I'm back on a club lake. I say lake because since Christmas Day, I've been pre-baiting the river, still targeting a river carp. Been trying that since 2023 August when I see them in there. I think I might have mentioned it in previous videos, but yeah, basically I've been pre-baiting that the last few days. Fish have been on it, the bait's been going, so I know something's been interested in the bait. Decided to leave mine about 10 past 11. Got to the river about 15:15, 20 past. As soon as I turned up, no, there wasn't no one in my swim. Well, there was 2 blokes in my swim, but not fishing. Well, they were fishing, magnet fishing. Smashing the water to bits. So I just thought, oh man, what am I gonna do? Had a little walk up and down the river. Couldn't see anything. Obviously, I don't know where they had been doing this magnet fishing to. Don't even think they're supposed to be doing it down there, but you know, that's what you get, isn't it? Really, public stretch. Yeah, walked up and down the river a couple of times. Got back in the car, drove up to the top end of the river. Even had a little mooch up and down there. Yeah, didn't even really have the right gear because I would have tried for a barbel, but didn't have the right kit for that. So ended up getting back in the car, going back down to the original pre-baited spot, give that one more look. When I pulled up, Mr. Weird was like lingering around, like literally, when I mean Mr. Weird, I mean some absolute lunatic on his bike, kicking right off at the bins. Don't go there. So I am at my club lake, one of my club lakes. Done a previous video on this one. Anyway, waffling on, turned up probably 1 a.m, something like that. I've literally taken my time to get everything set up. I've not brought bed with me or anything like that. Like I say, I wasn't meant to be here. It was like a last minute rash decision. Just right, head over here. Yeah, like I say, pulled up, got out of the car, heard a boss straight away as soon as I pulled up. Thought, oh, that's quite promising. Took a walk further to the swim where I fished previously. It's quite mild, and you can see I'm only sat here in a jumper. Yeah, walked down to the previous swim. There is one other angler on the lake. I think there's 2, but I think the guy's actually crashed out in his car up there. Probably a match angler. He's not a carp angler. Yeah, as I say, and I walked down to the previous swim, had a look down there, and I thought, you know what, I'm not gonna venture on down there. I had the crash up here, so I checked out 4 swims along here, and I made the decision jumping this one. And as I pulled the bivvy down, I had another crash, so I got the head torque straight on it, and yeah, so my right hand rod's actually fishing over the top of that. Left hand rod's fishing just straight out in front. Normally this is like just lily pads, so I had a good lead about. When I mean a good lead about, not too mad, you know. So a couple of little donks around, little pullbacks and that, and actually found some really, really nice, like probably silt. So what I've done is multi-rigs, popped up about 1.5 to 2 inches, fishing a yellow NS1 on the right, and a Match the Hatch live system pop up on the left hand rod, both fishing same tactics. Little mesh bags with a little bit of pro stem, a little bit of live system, topped up with a little bit of pellet. That's just more for the fact of when I'm casting out to make sure they're presentated. Once that pops up, you know what I mean, everything's going to be fishing. I've not got to worry. they are on quite clear spots as well, so I'm happy with that. As I said, I've heard the fish. Obviously, it is December. Anything can happen, you know what I mean? I am on the fish. I've heard multiple crashes, and when I stuck the torch out over there, there was a massive ripple over there and things like that. So, you know, this is my final session of 2024. But I'm here till about 6 p.m. Tonight. Like I said, it's 3 a.m. now. Only ever fished this lake 3 times. The other 3 times I come that the first time I fished there, I was surface fishing. Only popped in for about 2 hours. Didn't catch on my first session. Popped down again about 2 months later. Had 2 out from a swim right down the other end of the lake. As I say, I've never fished this end before. This was raw. And then obviously the previous video where I lost a fish, and I caught one. I think it was like 17 pound or something like that. I haven't been back here since. Now I was going to go back onto my other campaign lake, my springtime campaign lake. That was, well, I'm waffling on a bit, but I was going to go there anyway, but I'm not. I heard from someone today that it's not even done a bite for 10 weeks, which is quite soul destroying for most people that actually do fish there, and it's meant to be a really good winter lake to fish. 10 weeks is a long time without a fish being out on the bank, so they're obviously feeding on the naturals. That again, I'm going to head over there early spring and then start campaigning that until this ticket runs out, because I've got new things planned for 2025. But I'll leave it at that and keep you updated and let you know what goes on throughout my session. As I say, them rods are out. Come on the carp. Come on the carp. Just gone 4:30 now. In the last half hour or so, it seems to have got a little bit active out there, just to the left of my swim. So what I've done, reeled in that left down rod, put a mesh bag on, cast it over to it. You know, it's that time of year, you can't miss opportunities like that. So hopefully that pays off. I'm absolutely shattered now. Absolutely shattered. I haven't slept since about 7 o'clock yesterday morning. Off my head. Absolutely off my head. Oh, what we do for these carp, eh? Yeah. Well, that's the update anyway. Hopefully, next video there might be a fish on the bank. But I'm going to leave it at that and try and get my head down for a little bit. Like, I've got no bed with me, so I have to rough it out. Yeah, gonna leave them where they are now, because like I say, that right hand rod, when I got it into this swim, they were crashing over the top of that. Now in the last half hour or so, like I said, I've had 4 or 5 crashes, and I kind of like used the head torch to pinpoint it, not precisely where it was. Obviously I haven't seen them crashing or anything like that. I'm just going off of like the ripples and things like that, and I've pinpointed to an area, just cast out. I haven't wrapped it up or anything like that, but it's about 3/4 of the way out. So see what happens, eh? Here we are then, guys. Daylight's here. Well, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning now. Decided to move swims. I woke up about 7 a.m. to an absolute smashing crash. A few swims down to where I was. So I jumped out of bivvy, obviously being daylight, for right now I can actually pinpoint where I put that left hand rod, and I was well off. Well off. And as I stood out there, another show. Oh, it was like a dolphin show. Must have seen about 10, 11 shows. Whilst just standing there, I thought, right, that was it. Packed the bivvy up, getting them rods in, moved down. Now I'm dead opposite where they are showing. Like where they were showing, they're not showing anymore. So they were crashing right in front of the silver birch here, so it's no brainer. Put one about here, and then one about there. Got that live system robbed straight out there, no messing around. The bags are already made up, so just literally cast it out there and land on hard ground as well. Felt let down crack. I thought, oh, that's nice. Didn't have another bag made up, so quickly whipped up another bag. Got the right hand rod out, and by the time I put that down, I thought it was me setting off the alarm. No, bobbin pulled up tight. I was like, whoa. So tells me I'm on the fish. But yeah, waffling on there. Kettle's on. It's going to play it by eye today more than anything. Keep locked on. Keep watching the water. This is looking promising. Obviously, with that many shows, I reckon the fish are holding up out there. About 3/4 of the way out, they're all showing. Not really tight to the margin, so I put them where I roughly saw them showing. When I mean multiple shows are, what sight to wake up to, especially at the end of December. But yeah, that's a big old bird set up in the tree there. Literally got well, basically I moved the rods around and I thought there was a robin. I was to see he was helping himself in my bucket there. But yeah, the robin was set on my left hand rod. I thought, right, pop that straight out there and then yeah, it went. Didn't come with anything, so but you know, it's still early days. I got to about 5:30, 6 p.m. just as the light drops. And yeah, keep you updated on what goes on throughout the day, I suppose. Well, that was the right hand rod just going then. Obviously, we just see that show. That was just to the right of where that is. To be fair, like I said, that right hand rod must be fishing about here. And that show was like around about here somewhere. Oh, come on then. Come on then. Definitely think I've made a little friend here. Give him a little pile on top, keep him busy, look. Go on, lad. Quick update video then, more than anything, guys. Redone both them rods. They're actually fishing 10 wraps each. Literally thereabouts where I was fishing to. I just clipped them up, wrapped them up, and they were just under 10 wraps, both of them. So I just put them at 10 wraps, put them back out there on a little mesh bag. Yeah, still keeping the NS and still keeping with the live system on the left. That left hand rod is definitely fishing over solid ground because every time I'm getting that drops crack. I've pulled the rods a little bit tighter. That right hand rod, should I say? It's very active out here today. There's 2 shows right over there then. Oh, right hand rod, just a little bleep. Little liner. Go on then. But yeah, like I say, that right hand rod, that's fishing a bit more silty. Not really getting a crack on the drop. I'm getting a drop, but it's not solid. Like whatever I'm fishing on the left there, whatever's over there, must be a bit gravelly. I'm pretty sure where that right hand rod is, there's normally a set of pads there. This lake's got loads of pads all over it normally. Obviously, we're in winter now, so they've all died off. As you're well aware, the fish love that sort of area to feed in the winter. Caught multiple fish where the pads normally are in the winter, like down at Broadlands and things like that. You know what I mean? We absolutely had it off where the pads normally are in situ, but during the winter months they died back. Obviously, get all the naturals and that in there. This time of year, most of the naturals are probably dying off, so the fish are still in there. It must be warm, you know what I mean, more than anything. But yeah, waffling on a little bit there. Like I say, that right hand rod's fishing in that. Like I said, I pulled them in a little bit more tighter. Did get another show, so all we can do now is sit back and hopefully the fish move on to them. then managed to nick my first one. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We're on the fish, so it's just a waiting game, I suppose, isn't it? Quick update video then, guys. So yeah, that left down rod is now actually fishing a hard hooker. Put it directly to the silver birch in front. The right hand rod is actually fishing a whittled down, get me words out, whittled down live system wafter. But I'm not fishing that on that same spot anymore. I've actually pulled it more to the right where I saw, well, that previous clip where you see that fish top. I've actually put it there now. So let's see what happens there. Another angler's turned up with his nipper, pointed him in the right directions as you do. Obviously, I haven't seen anything down that bottom end of the lake. Obviously, there is 3 other anglers down there. Now, where I was fishing earlier, throughout this morning, early hours of this morning, I've seen fish topping back up there. So, told fella that the fish are showing up there. He's not actually jumped in that swim, he's jumped in the one more towards where I am. So hopefully him and his son managed to get among them. Still a bit quiet here, like I said, liner on that right hand rod. Apart from that, it's been very quiet. To be honest, I've been live streaming on Facebook, my normal Facebook profile. First time for everything, never done it before. Thought I'd give that a go. Going to switch over to the Instagram now and go live on there, I think, and see what happens. Just gone 2:15 now. Decided to switch that left hand rod over to a live system, whittled down wafter, only because Pro Stim didn't have a sniff. Plus, I wasn't really too happy with where it landed when I cast it out. Didn't get the drop like I did. It's basically that silver birch over there. There's like 3 trees that fork up, and if you aim for the middle one, 10 reps, it's cracking down on a little bit of gravel. So I'm happy with that. It hit that time, so yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, and like I say, that right hand rod, that's been 3-4 times now. Liners, one of them was quite savage, to be fair, so whether that was a pickup or not, I'm not sure, but I'm not touching it. I'm just going to leave it out there till it goes. So that's the update for now. It's coming up 3 p.m. now, and what I've done, I've actually redone the right hand rod. So out here, seeing a lot of bubbling, bits of fizz every now and then. Earlier there was like a bit of a vortex. Getting a lot of liners on that right hand rod, so I dropped it back 2 rod lengths. So I'm now fishing at 8 wraps to that fence post there, which is about here. And again, I found a nice little clear spot there. It was a little bit of a solid crack as it hit down, so I thought, alright. And just as I cast that out, my left hand rod, which is actually fishing to this middle bit here, which is 10 wraps to that, and that's where that other hard spot is. So, and that rod went just as I was putting that right hand rod back on the pod there. Seen a few fish topping over this area and things like that. Obviously they've been quite active, but I'm going to sit on it for another hour. Like I say, I've only got 2.5 hours left now, and then I will be reeling in and on my way home. So fingers crossed something can happen between now and then. So yeah, quick update video then, guys. 4 p.m. now. Not a single touch the last hour. It has been really, really quiet. Haven't seen any shows, no bubbling, nothing whatsoever. Had a good old chat with one of the bailiffs. Apart from that, not a lot to report. The chances are getting slimmer and slimmer, but it's not over till the fat lady sings, as we say. Yeah, apart from that, what can I do? Apart from sit back, enjoy me brew. You never know, that last light normally is witching hour this time of year, and that really. So hopefully we can nick one before the day's over with. Here we are then, guys. So it is now about 5 to 1 on the 30th of December. Managed to nick a quick overnighter in. Yeah, when was that? That was the 28th. So I went home that evening, last light, just gone 5 p.m. Didn't manage to have anything. Literally went dead after about 3 o'clock. So I thought, you know what? Gonna slip a quick overnighter in tonight, probably till about midday tomorrow. Not fishing the same swim as the other day, fishing the next swim up, well, back towards the car park. Couldn't get a bivvy in that swim if I wanted to, so chose this option. Obviously I see fish rolling in that the other day and topping, like dolphin show. So I thought, jump back in there. I haven't heard anything, haven't seen anything. There's a couple of other anglers on the lake. Fella's still down there. Fair play to the guy. There's another angler a little bit further up. Probably made a little bit of noise getting on. Got there about. Yeah, I've been there about an hour to be fair. There's no rush, but I got them rods out. I decided to bring some Life System dumbbell wafters with me this time. Fishing both of them. Little mesh bags, same method, same rigs and everything as last time. Just instead of whittling down the airball wafters, just got the dumbbell wafters instead. Yeah, so they're fishing pretty much the same spots as where they were last time. That left hand rod's fishing 11 wraps instead of 10 wraps, and the right hand rod's still fishing 8 wraps. Thought I'd stagger them out a little bit. I'm not had any liners or anything. The rod's been out for about a good half hour or so now. Got the bivvy and everything set up. Got the bed with me this time, thank God. Yeah, like I say, really want to nick one before the end of the year. That would be nice. Obviously we're on the 30th now. I'm going to fish this through till midday, as I said. Don't get anything, then yeah, that'll be the end of 2024 for me, unfortunately. But I am back out, like, going to see New Year's in with the missus, and then I'm going to be jumping back on a lake somewhere. I'm not 100% sure yet, but the weather's not looking promising. Air pressure's dropping, but it's not looking nice. Very gusty and a little bit of rain. I might jump back on the campaign lake over at Nutsey, give that a bash, start the year. So I'm just keeping an eye on my rods out. I don't know why. Nothing's happening. Turn the sensitivity up a little bit. That's just more for the liner sort of things. Fishing quite tight lines, but the bobbin's down far, pointing straight up. You know, it's winter tactics. Small hook bait, small hooks, and then not really singles, but what you class as a single. Like, it's a little mesh bag in it. It's not a lot there really. 6 boilies with a few pellet. But yeah, waffling on a little bit. And we'll keep you updated on what goes on throughout the duration. There they are then. The rods are out. The rods are out there. Bring on the carp. Yeah, boy. 7 a.m. and I've just been woken to a bream bite on that right hand rod. Been quite quiet. Had a line on that left hand rod at 4 a.m. But that's not what you want to be woken to. There's a horrible bream bite. Literally just started watching the bobbin lift up and down, up and down, up and down. It's going off. I just thought, oh God, here we go. You definitely know what kind of bite that is. Jumped out of bed quickly. Got down to the rods and it stopped. And I thought, oh, God for that really. Didn't really fancy having a bream on the bank. Sat back down for a minute and I thought, oh, do I? Oh, can I redo it? Just because I'm fishing multi-rigs, you know what it's like. That line can pull tight up to the eye on the hook, so I reeled that in quickly and still presented. I just thought, oh, God, do you know what? Better safe than be sorry, you know what I mean? So wrapped that up, 8 wraps. I've already got bags made. Bag on, put it back out there, went straight back out. Sweet. Like I say, it's 7 o'clock now, just gone. That light is just starting to crack behind me, so witching hour. You know, it's that time of year. It's time in the morning when bites might happen. But sat back down. Once that rod went out, and there was a bosh over towards where my left hand rod's fishing. So I thought, right, okay. Similar sort of time as the other day, and I saw all these fish start showing in that. So I've kept them at the same distance. See that through now until probably 9, and then I might redo that left hand rod and put another bag on it, and then see that through. I'm not going to mess around too much today. That's just to top everything up, make sure everything's fishing right on that left hand rod. You know, I put it out in the dark, but it seemed to get a drop on it and everything. It seems to be fishing quite well, so we'll see what happens, eh? Definitely getting a lot more active out there now. Saw a potential show in the margin on the opposite bank. Just had a liner on that right hand rod, so I can do a sit back and wait, I suppose. But I'm going to give it another hour with that left hand rod. It's just gone 8 a.m. now. Get my words out. I'm going to get that kettle on, I think. Get that morning coffee in me. Get a little bit more alert. Keep locked on a little bit more. Got my friend back down here. Old Rocky Robin. Just set on my left hand rod now. But yeah, let's say, and keep locked on that water. And hopefully something happens. It's an absolute savage line on that left hand rod. I just literally said, I'll give it an hour just in case anything happens. And then that left hand bobbin pulled up and dropped back down. So yeah, well, I'm fishing from this swim. It's got it just about here, and then 8 wraps out to this tree here. The other day, I saw the fish, they were all topping around about here. So, yeah, a few bubblers and things like that happening out there. I don't know if I'm picking up on that. No, it's not going to pick up on that. But yeah, it's getting a little bit active out there. Getting a little bit active. Quick change of scenery for the next couple of hours in, guys. Like I said, I've only got about 2.5, 3 hours to go, and I'll be heading off. But I was on the phone to the missus, and just along this line here, see about 7, 8 shows, fish rolling like there's no tomorrow. So it was a no-brainer. Right hand rod straight over to that, 14 wraps. And the left hand rod is actually fishing. Let me see if I can pick up on that. It is fishing right here. There's a bit of an overhanging tree, so decided to whack that over there, just over 11 wraps. What we can do is sit back and wait now. Moved on to the fish. I haven't seen anything since put the rod out there. I ain't disturbed too much. I did have 2 casts just because I undershot it on the first cast. Clipped it up, wrapped it up, and it was about just over 13 wraps. So I took up 14, cast over there, and do you know what? I was probably about not even half a rod length away from the other bank there. So just where I saw him rolling. I'm happy with that. And I've got a drop on it, so I'm really happy with that. Seems pretty clear over there, to be fair. But yeah, like I say, that's everything pretty much packed up on the barrow. I'm literally down the minimal kit. Excuse me. Down the minimal kit. Gonna get that kettle back on, so I want another coffee. And I'm just gonna keep myself locked on that water foresee any potential shows, and you cast to it anyway. You know, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? It's that time of year. Just coming into that last hour now then, guys. Yeah, it's looking like a very, very slim chance of nicking one. Like I say, the only bit of activity I've seen in the last 45 minutes is a pike attacking some silvers down in my margin there. Apart from that, big old cormorant up in the tree, spreading his wings wide. And old Rocky Robin keep coming over, munching on the bit of biscuit that I've left for him down there. There's not a lot else happening, to be fair. So yeah, I've made my decision. Drop back in here on the 1st of January 2025, because I'm not going to let this get the better of me. But what I'm going to do, after speaking to another angler earlier, I'm not going to fish this side. I'm going to swing on round to the opposite side of the lake. I'm going to get everything packed up shortly, get that back in the car, take my buckets around there and put a little bit of bait in where I've been seeing these fish roll and top and things like that. It's a no-brainer really, because like he said, the majority of the anglers that fish here cast straight over to the other side and fish their margins. So just drop round there and fish the margins. It's easier, isn't it? You ain't got to cast a lead 10, 11, 12 wraps. Literally just have a little lead around, find something that's nice to settle the lead down on, drop it in there. And that's what I'm going to do in a little bit. I'm going to go around there with one rod, just a lead, 2 buckets, have a little donk about, put a little bit of feed over the top, leave that 24 hours or so. Well, it's going to be longer than 24 hours. I'm not coming down tomorrow. I've got to go to work tomorrow. Don't go there. Who books like a week off holiday and then forgets to book off New Year's Eve? The only day I didn't bloody book off. But there we go. Working tomorrow. Like I said earlier, I'm going to see the new year in with the missus and kids. And then early hours on the 1st of January, I'll drop back in it like I have been over the last couple of sessions. But yeah, if anything happens, apart from that Robin just going straight onto me rods, setting off me right alarm, excuse me. Yeah, apart from that Robin setting off my alarm, been really quiet. Haven't heard the fella's still fishing down there, haven't heard his rods go. Apart from that, I'm going to leave it there and I'll keep you updated on what goes on for the rest of this session. Just got back to the car now. Went round the opposite side, as I said. A little bit of a donk about with the lead. Baited 2 swims. Obviously, one of them's a potential to drop in, which is like dead opposite where I am now, just along there, along this hedge line. The other one's a bit further down. Yeah, it's going to be edge fishing more than anything. Didn't really find any solid ground. Quite silty, but half a rod length out, just literally lowering rigs in there, so it's going to be fine. I know they're going to be presenting well. Might even try bottom bait, might move over to a bottom bait, give that a bash on one of the rods, but it's looking quite good. Obviously, I've seen fish the last 2 sessions, top in, rolling, good positive shows in both of them swims that I've pre-baited for tomorrow. Going to put some hemp in on soak tonight, give that a cook up tomorrow evening. So gives them salmon kelps a little bit of particle, get them grubbing around a little bit more over there. You know, it's that time of year. Yeah, I'm well happy to grub around on hemp. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that today, and I'll see you not tomorrow, but the 1st of 2025. It's that time again, guys. Here we are. First of all, Happy New Year, because it is about 3:45 on the 1st of January 2025. Not actually over on that other club water today. Decided to pop into my springtime campaign water. Dropped in here yesterday after I left the other lake, just for a little walk around. Spoke to another angler and swim just opposite. He'd done 48 hours, didn't have a single touch. Obviously, I think I mentioned it previously that this lake hasn't done a bite for 10 weeks. Had a good walk round, climbed up a tree. Had a good look round. And as soon as I walked into this swim, not the swim I'm fishing, unfortunately, the next swim down. Well, it's 2 swims down, but the swim next to us is shut off. But yeah, waffling a bit. Anyway, walked into that swim, and fizzing. Proper carp fizz. Sorry, I'm so tired. Went to work yesterday. Saw the new year in with the missus. Decided to leave mine about 1. When I got here, I actually set the bivvy up and was going to fish that swim where I saw the fizzing and everything. Put a little bit of bait in that swim. Put a bit of bait in the swim that I'm in as well, don't get me wrong. But obviously there was potential sight there. Yeah, got set up there. We got 50-mile-an-hour gusts coming in and put a bivvy up right under a tree. Not very sensible, you know. Put your life before the fish, guys. If you ever do, I'm not very happy where I am here. I've got a tree quite close, you know what I mean? I've got a southwesterly wind which is blowing straight at me. Yeah, like I say, I got set up. Do you know what? It is what it is. I'm set up here. If that tree does go, I think it's going to go that way. It's not going to come directly onto me. Don't know about the tree in front. But yeah, we've got 50-mile-an-hour gusts. Got real heavy downpour coming like from about 10 a.m. onwards today. Yeah, anyway, jumped in this swim. Obviously, I've fished this swim previously. I've actually caught 3 fish from this swim. Have I caught 3 fish? No, I've caught 2 fish from this swim and 1 further on down. Sorry, I tell a lie there. No, I've done 2 fish from this swim. This is the swim I put a bit of work in back in May. I haven't actually managed. I think I've fished it like 2-3 times since I put all the work in, raked it out, baited it, and then every time I seem to have come down there was someone fishing it. Obviously, no brainer in it really. I've got what's doing it, and it was probably the most clearest swim on the lake, apart from the one opposite car park. Yeah, obviously it's very, very, very weedy lake. Anyway, I say it didn't do a fish for, what did I say, 10 weeks or so. Fella I know, he actually managed to do his first 30 from the lake. Fish known as, let me just get my head around things, I'm tired. Big Barty. I think he had it £30 1 ounce. Literally just over £30, fair play to him. And obviously that was his first 30 out of here. He's had all the bangers. He's had all the scaly ones. All of my target fish. Fair play to him. No, so after yesterday, seeing them do that, I wasn't even going to come here to be fair today. And then I saw that fish, and it was like, it got to be on the feed. After seeing the bubblers and that yesterday, you know, it is a very tricky lake. But yeah, approach, I have gone with same method on 2 rods. I fish 3 rods on this lake as well at the moment. because of winter. So that's a bonus. So right hand rod, I've literally just never even fished the pads on the right, but obviously they're dying back really, really bad. So it's quite silty. Put a bag on and literally just fishing my margin pretty much. I'm literally right on the tip of the pads there. Obviously that fish he had come from the pads in the opposite swim. Obviously got southwesterlies hacking straight over it, so it's going to naturally push everything this way. Put that right hand rod. I did get a drop, clear drop, which is good. Silt, don't mind fishing that. Middle rod. Now, that was a solid crack. Everyone's been fishing that swim since put the work in, and obviously they're not stupid. It's just over what I potentially baited up was about just over 6 wraps. So dummy wraps, straight on it, land on it, crack. I thought, oh no, I wanted it to be a little bit silty, but everyone must have been fishing it. There must have been mega amounts of bait being put in there over the summer, and obviously autumn time. Oh well, it's fishing. I'm not messing around with that. Another dumbbell wafter, little mesh bag, left hand rod on the other end. The other part of the swim that I raked and baited. Yeah, right on the tip of these other set of pads to the left of me, the same set of pads were sort of bubbling, but the opposite side. Obviously this swim, not the opposite side, that swim, which I wanted to fish, but I saw the bubbling. Doesn't matter. That is actually fishing. I put a little bit of zig foam on and about 5-6 good juicy worms. It's that time of year where they're on the naturals. I wanted to try something a little bit different, probably even what everyone else has done down there. Now, I brought a little something else with me for the daytime because I want to give that a go. I'm not going to get into it now. I'll show you tomorrow if I can get onto it. Obviously, the weather's not looking promising, so we'll see. That depends, but you know what? Brought a waggler rod with me. I'm going to try something. I can pretty much guarantee no one has tried that approach on there throughout the winter. I can guarantee no one has done that. And I mean, what I'm going to do, I'm going to size everything right down. Obviously, I'm still going to fish with like 15-pound line because there's still potentially quite a bit of weed out there and there's still a lot of pads out there. And there is fish up to the mid-30 mark and some really, really old fish. I've got my campaign video coming out shortly, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. I'm going to continue that on throughout 2025 spring. It's a springtime campaign. But what I will do tomorrow is try the waggler method, just because when I targeted this back, when I campaigned this back in the spring, I've done something a little different what everyone else was doing. Alright, it was only surface fishing, but it's the way I approach the surface fishing, and that is going to be what I'm going to try later on. Now, I'm going to hold these out till probably when the rain starts, about 10-11 o'clock really. So I'm going to get my head down in a minute for a couple of hours, try to anyway. It's I'm a little bit worried. I might even have a coffee and just try and ride it out, you know what I mean, until the wind dies down. It's supposed to die down. Actually no, it's supposed to get heavier and then die down. But just got to have my wits around me. Really, I've just got to have my wits around me. If I any cracks or anything, I'm out that door, I'll tell you. Got to be on it. But yeah, so I ain't getting into a mega deep sleep. Plus, I'm not fishing locked up or anything. I'm not that worried about the rods or anything in that like circumstances like that. It's more for the fact of these strong gusts that are coming in and the trees and the branches and everything above me. I swear I just had a crash over the back there then. Don't know. Apparently they haven't been showing. But obviously something must have just made them switch over the last 2 days. Obviously fella had one I saw the fizzing. Apparently they've not been showing any signs of feeding. They've not been showing any signs of no signs whatsoever. They've not shown. They've not done anything. Obviously they hold up in the weed. Like it's a no-brainer for the fish. It's where they are. They've got so much naturals. This is such a weedy venue. It is a very tricky venue. It doesn't. I've spoken to people that have fished it for 2 years and not even had a fish, and it's like I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. This is my first year on it. I haven't really hit it as hard as I wished I had, but I'm here now. I'm gonna ride it out for this day, and potentially it does do really well throughout the winter. Now, we haven't really had that really cold spell yet. I'm hoping that now we've got pressure dropping tonight. We've got heavy storm coming in. We've got everything's just looking really carpy. I'm telling you, everything's just looking really carpy. I'm waffling on a lot here. You know what I mean? I've been chatting for the last 10.5 minutes. I'm extremely tired. So I'm going to leave it there. And I will keep you updated on what goes on. I'll tell you that. Because 2025, baby. 2025, there we go. This is the start. Yeah, boy. Here we are then, guys. Just coming up to 9 a.m. now. And just get my head down. Well, that's what you call it. Real broken sleep. Yeah, them rods ain't gone. I've had to really pull them bobbins up tight now. Turn the sensitivity right down because it is blowing an absolute hoolie out of that. Good old Bivvy stayed up. So far. I'm not going to think I've just jinxed myself and what have I done? Oh. The alarm's going. That's what you want. Doing that for a little while, to be fair, that right hand rod. But apparently, I've just had a message to say a fella's turned up opposite the one that caught that 30 yesterday. Oh, rods are going. Gotta love the wind in there. The sensitivity's right the way down. I know. Just turn this kettle off. Make me first coffee of 2025. But yeah, he said that he saw a carp Bosch in the pads where I've got that right hand rod too. So come on, it must be in the area. So that's good to know. I've redone that left hand rod with the worms on. Got another big bunch of worms on there. Flicked that a little bit up. Pretty much put it in the pads. Not in the pads, like on the tip, at the back of the pads, and it's like drawn it. Like when I felt the lead down, it like pulled it back into the pads. I had to like sling the line over the top of one of the pads, but I got like a not farm drop, but you know what I mean. I felt the lead down, got dropped. So I'm happy with where that is. I'm quite happy the way that if that's presented, because I did put a little mesh bag on it as well, just pellet in it, just for security reasons, keep that hook point. You know what I mean? Don't mess around. Not messing around. Yeah. Apart from that, not a lot else has happened. The tree stayed up behind me, thank God. Thank you. But yeah, I'm gonna get this kettle poured into that cup. That kettle water poured into that cup. Excuse me, I'm tired. I'm so tired. And I'm gonna sit back, enjoy that. When I say sit back, I'm actually gonna get out and drink my coffee, just so I can keep an eye on the water and see what's going on. But yeah. Well, I'm just going to show you where I'm fishing. So that middle rod is fishing just over 6 wraps out the way. Left hand rod, that is a set of pads, and I'm literally just fishing just to where that pads lifted up. I'm literally fishing in there. And my right hand rod is fishing just down in these little set of pads there. Apparently there has been a sight of a fish boshing just down in this margin here, so come on. Quick update video then. So I decided to redo that right hand rod. I put a live system bottom bait with a fake corn topper on it, just like trimmed it down a little bit on top just to flatten it off. Put that back out to them pads to the right and the tip will come out a little bit further now. But apart from that, put a little bit of corn over the top of that. I haven't actually put any corn over there, just done that, just kind of like imitate what's going out there. Put a bag on there just to make sure it's like presented. Apart from that, no, it's been really quiet. Wind seems to have died down a little bit, which I'm happy about. Got a bit of rain forecast throughout the rest of the day. It don't seem to be absolutely battering it down out there at the moment. It's like brief showers here and there. Apart from that, I'm gonna cook myself up quick sausage sarnie. I said the wind's died down. Spoke too soon, didn't I? But yeah, I'm gonna cook myself a quick sausage bap up and get back out there because I've been stood out there. Bloody spider, get out of here! But yeah, I'm gonna get back out there and watch water once I cook that up. So yeah, let you know what goes on. Good boy. Got the cheeky Lancashires. Have a bit of that. Quick update video for you then, guys. Yeah, that wind has definitely died right back now. It was like not really raining too hard. Seems to have got a little bit worse now. Stood out there for about half hour, 45 minutes, pretty soaked. No, I actually locked onto the water, saw two potential shows. Basically, I had a liner on the middle rod. I haven't touched that rod. That rod's been out there since I put it out there, early hours. Yeah, I had a liner on that. Now the wind's died down, the tighten sensitivity right up. Put a little bit more slack in the lines, just to see if I was getting any liners or anything. And as soon as I've done that, pretty much about 5-10 minutes later, single beef in the middle rod. Seems to have got a little bit active. I had potential roll, probably about rod length off of that rod, on that middle rod. Not long after that single beak, so potentially a fish was cruising through or whatever, but there's fish out there. And then I saw another one probably 10 minutes after that in the next swim to the right of me. Now obviously I've got my right hand rod in that set of pads down there, and my left hand rod, that's had two single beeps on that, and I watched the bobbin drop back like two notches. Any way to explain it really. Let me just turn this kettle off in a second, do myself a bit of lunch. Cheeky pot noodle. No, gonna crack on with that. And like I say, I was going to get the waggling rod out, but I'm not feeling getting completely soaked. So that'll save that for another day. But I'm definitely going to give that a go. Get this kettle off quick. Bear with me. Turn that down and off. There you go. Lovely job. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So let you know what goes on. Just coming into that last sort of hour now, guys. And I have just seen a fish roll just down over here, and that is out in front of the swim that I wanted to fish. So basically where I actually wanted to fish was not this swim here, because that one's actually closed off, but it's the next swim down, and I was going to fish into this side of these pads there, and one out in front and then one down in the margin to the left. And I've just seen that fish roll out there. To be fair, according to people, they've not been showing, like there's been no signs. This last half an hour I've been out here, the rain's dying off a little bit now. and it's been quite active, but that potentially was a definite carp show, without a shadow of doubt. Yeah, that was full on sight there, right there. So that's a bit of a shame. It's too late in the evening now to make a move. I'm not gonna, because I've still got to pack all the bivvy and everything down yet. Trying to hold it off, just keep the kit dry. But I'm gonna keep locked on, and yeah, let's see what happens. There's been a fair bit of action out in front here, roughly about here, just in front of where my middle rod is fishing. There you go, look. Something's picking up on it. Potentially like parrots or something, I don't know, but I see something crash down in the. This is an old set of pads here, and my right hand rod's just fishing there. And obviously the left hand rod is fishing just over the back of the pads. I went to the back of the pads on that left hand rod. There we go. It's getting very active out there on the top of the water now. So, like I say, all I can do is keep locked on and see where they're at, really. Not that I'm going to be moving or anything now. It's just more for the fact of where are the fish holding up. So if I can drop back in on the next session, then potentially I've got the point over there, or got that swim there, or you got kingfisher over there. That is a complete white heron. Keeps on flying over that thing. Yeah, waffling on. Well, I'm back in the car now, completely saturated. Jesus. Yeah, the weather didn't hold off for me. The kit is absolutely soaked, so when I go home, that's all going to have to be emptied out. Mrs. is going to love me for that. Yeah, well, another blank. Kind of knew that was going to happen, though, to be fair. You know what I mean? This isn't the easiest of water at the best of times, but fish did come out yesterday. I popped in the day before, see shows. I've seen shows now. Hopefully that means the fish might have woke up a little bit. Yeah, I saw a good handful of shows this evening. So I'm not going to end the video there. I'm going to continue this on until I actually manage to catch a fish. So I'm going to leave it at that for now, and see you on the next one. Morning, guys. 4th of January now, and it is a chilly one. -3 this morning. Yeah, I woke up yesterday morning to go to work, and yeah, the frost kicked in. I think it was about -3, -4 the night before. Back down at Embley, the other club water. Yeah, it's just coming up 12:30 now. That's why I say good morning. It's that time again. What I've done, I don't know if it's a great decision. I had a walk round, there's one other angler on, so I'm trying to keep the noise down a little bit. I had a walk round, didn't see anything whatsoever. So I dropped into that swim where I baited the edges. Not the best time, it's not very deep, you know, fish are definitely probably pushed into deeper water now. But I'm going to persevere with this. I'm going to drop both these rods, half a wrap out. Got a little bit of snaggy sort of overhang to my right here. Sorry, to the left. To the left I've got the overhang. To the right got like shrubs. But I'm going to stick the right hand rod down there, left hand rod obviously just in front of the snag. After what we saw the other day, fish were patrolling up and down there early hours. So first light, this is where I see in the shows. So, plus I put a little bit of pellet out there, a little bit of boilie, but I've gone with a different approach. So I'm going to spin the camera and I'll show you of what I've gone over to now. There it is then. That's what I've gone on to. Little pink dumbbell waft there, live system, juicers. Done that on both. What I'm going to do, let's take a little mesh bag out there. Red maggot, bit of boilie crumb, a little bit of pellet. Nothing major. What I'm going to do, I'm going to dip that in there. Then Yeah, where I'm fishing, it's like literally just around this overhang here, and then you've got this overhanging tree here. I'm just going to flick it just down there. Come on then. That's the rods out. That's them out. Come on then. That is the kettle on. It's sort of a great idea. Instead of your water bottle freezing over in these minus temperatures, fill your kettle up. When you get up in the morning, turn your kettle on. If it's frozen, it's going to defrost, isn't it? One for the bag, though. One for the bag. Great idea right there. Probably not the first one to think of it, but you know, definitely not going to be the last. But if you ain't thought of it yet, there you go. Fill the kettle up. Yeah, I'm going to make this. And let's say, lay down. Try and get the bag a little bit warm. Safe bag. Sleep system, innit? The old Nash Indulgence. Tell you what, I think this has got to be the best thing I bought so far. Oh, it is so warm in there when you get it. Yeah. Keep the bib and brace on. Oh my god, I ends up sweating. Well, if you've seen the previous videos, you know. I've done it 2 nights in a row. Did I do it 2 nights in a row? No, I've done it at Barron's Hall, and then I've done it over here a couple of nights ago. Absolutely sweltering. Just before New Year, I think that was. Yeah. But tonight, I think I'm definitely going to keep it on, you know, -3 and all that. But there we go. Waffling on a bit, aren't I? It's that time of the morning now, isn't it? Wow. Just waiting for this kettle to boil. Have myself a brew. But I'll go on to something else in just a moment. Bear with me. That's a bit better, isn't it? That lighting's a lot better. Yeah, what was I waffling on about? So, I'm going to be up. Well, try and be up. Crack of dawn. Get locked onto that water. See if I can see them shows, because the fish seem to be showing around that 7 a.m. between 7 and 8 a.m. sort of mark. Yeah, it's that time of year. Got to be on the fish. So what I'm going to do, brought the waggler there. Get me words out. Waggler rod with me. Let me just turn this kettle off before it overboils. Bear with me. Doo-doo-doo. Bear with me. Bear with me. There we go. Yeah, I brought the old waggler rod with me. And what I've done is actually made up some D-rigs with size 10 floater claws. And what I might do is go around, if I can see any shows, put a few naturals out there, a bit of pellet, and try something a little bit different. Get on the old waggler to see if I can nick one that way. I'm only here till about 10:30, 11 a.m. maximum, so it's like a really short session. Say a short session. The session. Can't get my words out. What's going on? Jesus Christ, what is going on? Ow, that's very hot. Ow, that's very hot. Wow. Oh. Having one of them nightmares, and nightmares. Oh my god, what's going on? I'm too tired for this. To be fair, I've been awake since about 5 a.m. yesterday morning. Been at work, done a day's graft and all. Well, yeah, didn't really graft. I'm not even going to try and attempt to sit back yet. Like I was just about it. You see that? You see the cup coming up? See the cup? It's a mug. It was coming up from it. No, that's just a very, very dumb idea. I'm going to put that down on top of that for a minute. This mug has a tendency of just sliding around. Lovely bit of kit the missus got me for Christmas, but yeah. Ooh, look at that. Oh my god, what am I going on about? I'm just waffling there, and yeah, what was I saying? Well, let me come back to you and I can get my head straight. Bear with me. Anyway, as I was saying, tomorrow gonna get up, crack of dawn, say tomorrow, this morning, a couple of hours, a few hours, 6 hours. Still waffling that, still waffling. Bear with me. No, I'm going to get up about 6, 7 a.m. I'm going to set an alarm, get up for that first light, and then get out there, watch the water. I really hope something happens throughout the night. It's that time of year, that 3 o'clock sort of mark. Bites start to happen, and about 7 a.m. bites start to happen. But we have had a massive, massive cold spell the last couple of nights. Expecting a bit of snow. I think some parts of the country there's already been snow. Not where I'm from, down here in good old sunny Southampton. We never get snow. Even when it snows, it doesn't snow. It just rains. Unfortunately, yeah. But anyway, waffling. We get up, lock onto that water, and then if I see a show, I'm not even going to cast onto it. I'm going to get them rods in, and then I'm going to move on to it with a waggler and size everything down. Might even go with just naturals on a hook, or bunched on. What I've done, I actually made some D-rigs up. I think I already said that. The IQ2. Literally just going to put a waggler on with a quick change swivel. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put putty around the quick change swivel. But what I'll do, I'll show you that in the morning, where I'm going to try something completely different. Got to try something else. Keep blanking. Got to do something. Something has to change. I've said it in previous videos. I've done it last year, early season, when I started campaigning Nutsy in the springtime. Obviously, you'll see that video at the end of this season. So come May, June sort of time, when I finished the Nutsy campaign, like I said, is a springtime campaign for surface fishing more than anything. Obviously, when I'm down there doing the nights and that, I'm on the bottom. Wouldn't mind getting one off the bottom, to be fair, but I think the majority of the fish are going to come out off the top, or within the next 2 sort of months, end of February, beginning of March sort of time, they might get their munch on. They seem to have got their munch on, but this cold spell is really going to switch everything off now, I think. Yeah, anyway, size things down, try something a little different, what everyone else isn't probably doing. Obviously, you still get match anglers and things like that, but obviously, are they going to do it with a vast amount of like red maggots as how I'm going to do it, or are they fishing single red maggot, double red maggot, you know what I mean, on a little tiny 16, 14 hooks, 18 hooks, pole anglers? I don't know the bunch of people that come onto here, to be fair. It's that time of year, you don't really see many people out on the bank. It's cold, isn't it? So fair weather anglers, bye. It's only for us hardcore lot, and there's actually quite a few out there this year. Fair play to us. Yeah, like I say, I'm going to try something different, and that works. Really hope something happens, because it's a bit chilly. Anyway, I'm waffling on, so I'm going to leave it at that and get my coffee down me. Well, not quite yet. It's still a little bit piping up, but I'm going to get led back and keep my ears open, because it's that time of year. Can't see anything this time of night, but these things work absolutely perfect. There we go. Gonna leave it at that. 7:30 now. Didn't get as bad as what I thought. Don't know if you're picking up on that. White everything is though. But yeah. I haven't heard anything yet. I haven't seen any shows. Don't want to cause too much disturbance because, like I say, that rod is literally down here. And that rod is literally just flicked out here. See what happens then. That's it, and that kettle's on for the first one in the morning. The old oats over there ready to go. Come on in, rods. Come on in. That's that first coffee made. The oats are made. They're just down there. Oh, yeah, it's a little bit brisk this morning. I think it went down to about -3. It doesn't feel actually that cold, to be fair. See, that's the benefits in this weather. You gotta wrap up. You gotta be comfortable. That's the main thing. If you want to fish out here, you gotta be comfortable. You gotta have the right gear, right sleep system. I didn't even bring my overwrap, to be fair. It was a bit silly of me. I would have brought my overwrap, but let's say it was a quick overnighter. I've only got 2 hours. Haven't seen anything show whatsoever, and I mean, I was stood out there for a good half hour or so. Didn't see anything around that sort of like prime time. Got the bivvy door wide open now, so I can see pretty much down the whole bottom end of the lake. Another angler has just turned up though. Unfortunately, he's just gone down the back of me. Probably fishing right down the end there, towards the outlet. What can I do really, apart from sit on my hands? I've only got 2.5 hours to go. Yeah. Apart from that, just keep locked onto that water. If I see anything, then I'm going to be moving on to it, I think. But like I said before, it's not going to be with these rods. I think I'm going to move on to it and approach it with the Waggler, just because it's a little bit more subtle. You can lower it in a little bit more delicate, play around with it a little bit more, and trying to be a 2.5 ounce lead straight at a carp. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Enjoy my first coffee, enjoy my oats, sit back, and keep locked on out there. Just stepped outside the bivvy. Never mind Rocky Robin, but just down there, there's a few bubblers happening. That's literally over the top of that left hand rod. Very, very subtle, but I think something's just come into the swim. Radio paint disturbed there. Definite bubbling it was. Stop now though. Just coming into that last half hour now. Bear with me. Oh, I needed that. Really needed that. Feels like it's getting colder out there. I don't know how. I think it's because I'm out of the old sleep system. This state, this bivvy. I've been packing that up in the dirt, ain't they? But yeah, I think I've blown that opportunity with that left hand rod. Like I say, I literally got out, chuck a handful of maggots over the top of each rod. That's what I was going to do. And then it was like a very subtle show. And I was like, oh, do I, don't I? Do I, don't I? And I left it, and the bubbling stopped. So little tiny, probably 20 odd maggots over the top of each rod, because literally I'm fishing. I'll show you where I'm fishing. Pretty much under the bloody rod tips. that right hand rod. I've not seen anything down there. Haven't seen any other shows on the lake, to be fair. And I've literally been looking from here down to the back of the island, and I haven't seen anything. I thought I saw a show earlier. It wasn't. This bloody coot or whatever it was, dive bombing over there on something. Apart from that, it's really, really quiet. The fella opposite, I didn't realise where he was. He's literally dead opposite, pretty much. Not heard his alarms go at all. Don't know about fella further on down at Tarrant Up earlier. Can't really see him. Too much head throw and everything in the way. But yeah, if it doesn't happen, then it'll be the next session where I'll catch up with you. Because once I finish this coffee, I'll start wrapping everything up, getting on the barrow, leave them rods out there to the very last minute, and then get myself home. Back to the poorly missus, unfortunately. Feel a bit harsh being out here. You know, she's at home with the kids, not feeling too great. You know, sometimes I actually do sit there and think, don't know what the correct word is, polite word for myself, but yeah, I do feel sorry for her sometimes, especially for the kids more than anything. They don't see me as much as well as they should when I'm on the bank like this. This is why I try and keep it to a short session, but every now and then I will fit a 24 or 48. Very, very, very rare occasion I do a 48 or a 72 hour or anything like that. It's normally a quick 24. Say a quick 24. I've mentioned this before. People say, oh, why do you call it a quick 24? 24 hours whilst you're out on the bank just disappears. That is not a joke. I'm being serious. 24 hours whilst you're on the bank just disappears. That's why I think we call it a quick 24 hour, not a quick overnighter. Potentially I've been there 11 hours, but time just flies. Time absolutely flies. But yeah, waffling on. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you don't see me from now, I'll see you on the next one. Well, good morning then, guys. It's the 8th of January now, 1:15, and I'm back over at the Club Water. But I'm not fishing the same end as where I have been fishing previously. I'm actually fishing down the other end. Done a video previously, next swing along. Yeah, got here about 11:30 this evening. Well, this evening. It's now 1:15 in the morning on the 8th. But before I got here, I popped in probably 4:30, 4:45, just before last light, just to have a little bit of a mooch round. And predominantly there was a lot of activity happening down this end of the lake. There was 2 other day anglers on at the time. Both of them were caught. So it was a no-brainer. Drop a little bit of bait in the margin. Well, while I'm fishing, I've baited up the margin just to the left of me. Nice little overhang, and got an outlet. So I thought I'd drop in there. Wanting no rush. I got here, what did I say, about 11:30 or something like that. Wanting no rush to get the rods out more than anything. I just wanted to get bivvy up, bed in, and get myself a little bit comfortable, because it's like -2, -3, and it feels absolutely bitter out there. Anyway, waffling on. Got that left hand marginal rod out. That's fishing, same last time. Little pink dumbbell wafter and juices over the top. And then the right hand rod, I had about 3 or 4 casts, and I'm actually now fishing 8 wraps to the island. But I'm not fishing tight to the island. I'm fishing about a rod length off the island. Left hand rod's just gone again. Definitely something down in this margin. That had an absolute savage bite on it just a minute ago, but it didn't come with anything. I was just getting onto that. There's definitely a lot of interest happening down there. Whether it's nuisance fish or not, who knows. But the way the rod went round double tells me there might be carp in the area. The fella earlier that was fishing a couple of swims up, he had his from the margin. The fella opposite actually had his off the island. So it's a no-brainer, isn't it, really? Put one in the margin, fish one to the island, but about a rod length off. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that for a moment because I'm gonna go and check this rod. Just there we go. It's going. That didn't actually come with anything, guys. So I'm gonna persevere with it. I'm gonna leave it there. I know it's fishing. I know it's presentating. I know them rigs reset quite well. I think we're coming up 2 a.m. now. Made myself a quick coffee. Probably thinking, why did he make himself a coffee at 2 a.m.? Probably guessed it. Yeah, I suffer from ADHD, no CD, and this, that, and all the rest of it. Little bit of a loony, you know, like most people these days. Who isn't? Who's not got something wrong with them? We all most of us have. I'm not going to get into that. Not really going to touch on mental health. Something that fishing has really helped me with. But talking of health, whilst my kettle was boiling, it dawned on me. I read something up on social media earlier how, unfortunately, another angler fell asleep with his bivy heater on and unfortunately passed away. Now, I don't really wish that upon anyone. That is absolutely awful and dreadful to think about. That phone call to his family must have been terrible, to be honest with you. Yeah, you're probably hearing a lot of it. Just have your wits around you, guys. Don't put your stoves on with the doors zip right down and things like that. I myself have me stove bottom of my bed, and I can literally just crack the door, even if it's halfway up. There's still ventilation there. You know what I mean? You're not sealed in. Last thing you want to do is get yourself stoked up and fall asleep with it on, because it is very, very fatal, as you're well aware. Don't really want to go on too much about that because there's so much of it going on at the moment. Everyone's speaking about it, and it's an awareness thing for most people. You know, I myself have actually got like a little tea light candle like heater going on down there. It's just got two tea light candles in it. Not really feeling it, but it's probably stopping it from freezing over in there, to be fair, because idiot here forgot his overwrap. I think I've already said that, but yeah, I can feel the heat coming off that. It's not in any danger whatsoever. Bit of water underneath the tea light candle, so I know it's safe. It's been going for the last 2 hours now. Absolutely fine. Keep looking around, not looking at you. Yeah, like I say, got to think about yourself, guys. Put number one first. We've all got friends, family who want to see us at the end of the day when we get home tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day, or the next day, whatever day, you know. You got to get yourself home. You got to think about yourself, as I did on 1st of January. Completely different scenario, but arrived to the lake, didn't get there till gone to 3 a.m, something like that, I think it was. Set the bivvy up in one swim. Potentially, I really did want to fish. Had a good look around with the head torch, and I thought, not like looking at them trees, 50-mile-an-hour gusts, things like that coming in. Decided to pack the bivvy back up, moved one swim down, pitch it up there. All right, fair enough. The trees didn't come down that day, but is it worth the risk? No, it's really not, is it? No, you got to put yourself first. Is it? You know what I mean? Is it worth it for a carp? It's really not. It's really not. I myself got a missus and 3 kids at home, and they want to see me tomorrow when I get home. So, put number one first, guys. Always got to put number one first. That's all I really want to speak about, really, because yeah, it's awareness. It's got to have your wits around you. It takes 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, to make sure you are safe. Have a good look around, look up, look down, look around. Potentially, is there going to be danger? you know, it's that time of year, you're fishing under power cables or anything like that, don't put yourself into a situation where you're life threatening yourself, putting yourself into life threatening situation. It's not worth it. Is it worth it for a fish? No, it's not. It's really not. Waffling on so much. But yeah, you're probably thinking, what the bloody hell's he done with his eye? Tell you what I've done with my eye. I've got something in it at work, didn't I? Prime for that. Put yourself first, guys. Wear your safety glasses. What a fool. Anyway, it's not really a laughing matter. I'm talking about things like this because it's serious. Now, I'm going to leave it at that for now and catch up with you guys soon. That's the way you want to be waking up. Look at that. Cracking mirror that is. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Left hand rod went about 7:30. Oh, it's bitter cold out here. It's finally happening, guys. Just gone 7 in the morning. It's -1 out here. It really does go to show. And you move on to them fish, and you see the potential signs. You add a little bit of particle, a few naturals, size things down a little bit. It really does pay off, because that margin rod went £26, 15 ounces. What a stunning fish that really is. Yeah, boy. I'll flip it over and I'll show you the opposite side. That's the other side for you. What a really stunning fish that is. Absolutely freezing. Absolutely freezing out there. -1. But yeah, we get cut still shots of this one. Get a slip back quick time. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. So yeah, I just want to run it over with you guys again. So this is how I'm fishing at the moment. This is on both rods. And that is looks like washed out pink dumbbell wafter Medusa, and in that bag there is literally pellet, boilie crumb, and red maggots. And that is fishing on a multi-rig, a 2.5 ounce flat pair, quick change swivel. And this is like a running lead system, because I'm not really fancy dropping leads left, right and centre, but obviously it is loose enough that if it does get snagged, that will pull off. But the tubing and everything will literally just drop out of that swivel, that quick change swivel, if I pull it hard enough. So you don't really want to pop it back down, and it goes back in like nice and easy. All about safety, all about fish care. But yeah, I only use about 15, 16 inches of tungsten rig tubing. That's just get a pin to the bottom. But yeah, just wanted to show you where I actually caught this fish and where my rod has been fishing, and it does show that they're not always in the deeper water in these real cold conditions, because I've literally been fishing right here, just literally standing on that platform and lowering that bait right there. Probably fishing in about 3 foot of water there. Now I'm happy with that. Drop that on there. Clip that down. Obviously, where I'm fishing in the margins, I like that line really slack to make sure that if there is any fish patrolling, that it's not going to get spooked off by tight lines in the water. Now, that is really, really slack, but proven to be effective, so don't change something that don't need fixing, as they say. Now, I'm only going to be on for another 2 hours or so. If anything happens in that time, then happy days. But I'm over the moon anyway. I've had that fish this morning, so yeah, boy, get in. I'm going to sit back now, enjoy my coffee. Oh, I'm going to get that kettle back on. Excuse me. As you saw, that left-hand rod, that's back out. That's fishing. I'm not on much longer. Yeah, that went about 7:15 this morning, to be fair. My hands were bitter cold after holding that fish and dealing with that fish. It took a little time for my hands to warm back up, to be fair. Bear with me, just going to stick the kettle on. Now, trying to put them juices on and your hand, you can't feel your fingertips. Well, that's hard work. But I got it done. Warmed up a little bit now. Going to get the, like I said, got the kettle on. Have me morning porridge. Go have grub. Probably only going to be on for another hour or so. That right hand rod, it hasn't gone at all. If anything happens between now and when I finish, it's a bonus, because I'm absolutely over the moon. As you can probably tell, my eye has got extremely bad. It's getting a little bit unbearable, to say the least. Still see, which I'm fortunate. I'm really fortunate about. You know, it's not going to be an hospital trip. Whatever went in there is not in there, so I've got nothing to panic about. But I'm going to go home and flush my eye. Probably wasn't the best decision driving there, but he gone 11 o'clock last night with my eye like this, to be fair. Not very safe, you know. And I was talking about got to look after yourself, got to put number one first last night. Yeah, I put number one first. This isn't life threatening, you know, it's just bumps and scrazes, you know. That's what happens, isn't it? But yeah, I'm waffling on. As you can guess, I like to waffle on. But yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon with that fish. Gonna get this porridge made, sit back. Fish do keep showing over the back there, to be fair. Like, a little bit of bubbling on top, like not fizz bubbling. I mean, where the fish have been showing and that, you know, it's that time of year where you get like that little white bubbles that just stay on top where the fish have shown. So I was debating whether or not to move that right hand rod onto it, but you know, that's been fishing out there all night now. It's not had a touch at all. It's not gone whatsoever. I fished that not extremely tight line, but quite tight line, with the bobbing up towards the near on touching the top of the bite alarm, just so if there's any fish patrolling through or anything like that, I can get liner indication and things like that. But it hasn't gone at all. Bear with me, kettle's just boiled. It will not take long at all because I've not long boiled it, which is good. Because I want the porridge. Oh, bear with me. But yeah, I just over the moon with that fish. I'm so happy. Obviously, as I said, it is one of the bigger residents in there. They do go up to near on £30 an air, but is it £30? You don't know what some people say. This lake doesn't hold massive fish. It's more for the fact that chose this venue because it's that time of year where what's the point in going out, freezing to death, and sitting on a lake 4 or 5 nights for fish that probably aren't going to get their heads down and get on it, or they're not going to turn up. It's not about that. It's that time of year where you want to enjoy yourself, keep yourself active. Like, the fish here are obviously quite active, whether that's due to the fact that there is an inlet up the top there, there's an outlet right where I'm fishing, to be fair. There's a constant through flow of fresh water coming into the lake. Who knows? But they might adapt to that. Obviously, you've got colder water coming in, or is it warmer water coming in? You know what I mean? I'm not a water expert. I don't know anything about that sort of things, but I'm pretty sure that's why it's been quite active here. Now, the fish seem to have pushed themselves down this end, as I said in previous clips. Now, you really have got to listen to the other anglers. I can't stress that enough. You've got to do your homework. You really have. And don't go into it like you think you know everything, because as much as what you know, it's proven. I've shown up. I've done 4 or 5 sessions on it. Seen the fish. Moved on to the fish. Literally cast at them. Nothing. Moved down this end. As I said, it's the first time I fished down this end in the winter, and it's proven to be successful. So when I spoke to the other anglers, 4 other anglers, they've all caught from down this end. So happy. But yeah, waffling on. I'm gonna give that a quick start and find me my spoon. Where's it gone? There it is. Dig deep. Yeah. Find my spoon. Give this a stir. Waffling on. Wayne's just text. So I'm going to jump off. Give him a quick call. Keep him updated. He needs to get out on the bank. If you're watching this, Mush, get out on the bank with us. Come on. It's winter. What's wrong? No, I think he really, really wants to go fish like Cokin or somewhere like that. So we'll get that sorted soon. But yeah, waffling on. Just coming up 9:30 now. It's it's very quiet out there. So what I'm going to do, excuse me, is have a slow pack down. Leave them rods out to the very last minute. You know, anything can happen. Apart from that, it's looking very wintry around. Check that out. Gotta love being out at this time of year, ain't ya? It is definitely the time of year to be out there. No one else on the lake. I'm the only one there. And I've had a banger. From this lake anyway. It's a banger. Apparently there is a few lumps in there. Not the biggest fish, but it is one of. So get in. Persevere, guys. Persevere with it. It's that time of year. When you catch a fish like that, like, any fish is welcome this time of year. You know yourself. When the temperatures drop like that, there's a little bit of bubbling going on just under where my rod is literally fishing right here, as you've seen. A little bit of bubbling going on down there. I must like it down there because that's where the outlet is. Hold on, let me show you. I'm actually leaving my swimmer. Now, when I say the outlet, there's literally like a little footbridge there. And there's the outlet. Normally, down behind there, I believe that's all pads. So, pads are died back, and I've dropped that rod in there. And it does, kind of, I don't want to go over to it, like, comes back in on itself in and around this sort of section here. I believe it's a bit undercut there, just to the left of my swim. So I thought, don't stick it right up against that log, because there is a dead tree there. Don't stick it right up against it. literally, I'm only fishing 4 foot away. You can see, literally, my rod is literally fishing right there. You know what I mean? So, whoever says you can't catch them that close in, they are there. They are there this time of year and all. So, I've noticed over the last few sessions, though, that the fish have been patrolling up and down the margins. Is it because the water temperature is a little bit warmer there? I don't know. You know, I'm no fish expert, but it's paid off, innit? It's 3 foot deep, 3.5 foot deep. It is a lot shallower up the other end. This is the deeper end of the lake. So the fish have obviously pushed down there, and this is where they are getting their heads down and feeding. Now, I'm not the only angler to catch. 2 anglers yesterday. Another angler, I think previous session before that I spoke to, and he was fishing opposite and all. And what it sounds like is the majority of the fish are coming out from down there. But I'm not going to waffle on. I'm going to leave it at that. Start getting this gear packed down, and I'll update you shortly. Here we are then, guys, back in the car now. Just gone 10:30, and yeah, what a result, finally managed to have one. First fish of 2025, £26, 15 ounces, stunning looking mirror. Yeah, really happy with that. As I say, be persistent, try different things, stay on the move, get on the fish, you'll have them. Like I say, it's only 1 degree now at 10:30. Last night, temperatures dropped down to -3. It's all well and good doing your watercraft, guys, but you've also got to do your homework, as I have been. Over the last few sessions, you speak to the other anglers, you go onto social media, you take in a little bit of knowledge, and then you haven't got to do exactly everything what everyone else is doing. I'm not about that, you know what I mean? I didn't drop into anyone else's swims or anything like that. I think the guy yesterday said that he fished a couple of swims up from where I was, and then he moved and then had his fish from like 2-3 swims down. Obviously I didn't jump in that swim. I'm not about that. I'm about finding different places where to fish and doing my own sort of thing, but also taking that knowledge and mixing it in with your own, and it will pay off. Anyway, I'm waffling on, you know me, but I can't stress this enough, guys. Stay safe out on that bank. It's that time of year, it's cold, but I've said it before, got to look after yourself. Put number 1 first. You're number 1. I'm number 1 in this situation, but you're number 1. Yeah, stay warm, stay comfortable. Look up. That's what I'm going to say. Look up, look out. Turn that gas stove off. As you can probably see, my eye is a bit of a state. So I'm going to leave it at that. And thank you all again for showing your support. Subscribers, thank you ever so much for following us throughout our journey of our first year from 2024 till now 2025. Yeah, we're hoping to get more videos out and keep the content coming, make the page and make the whole channel and all our other social medias grow throughout this year. So please, just if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button and give us a like, give us a thumbs up. You know, it all helps us build this channel, and we do it for the love more than anything. We do it for our own. We don't just do it for the viewers. We do it for ourselves as well. I do personally. I enjoy the whole vlogging. I enjoy the whole video editing. I enjoy the whole photography side of things, and putting out a little bit of knowledge. Like, I'm not no professional angler, you know what I mean? But if I can give someone some sort of advice and help them along their path, then that's what it's about. We're all about helping each other out. And throughout my 20 plus years angling experience, I've met some people on the bank that really don't want to share that. People don't like what we do up here on the YouTube channels or the social media. There's people out there that are very secretive, but I'm about giving back and helping everyone out as much as I possibly can. So yeah, give us a share, you know, show your support. Thanks again. To the next one.